God help Burkina Faso. I'm thinking to myself right now, God help Burkina Faso. Because I could have sworn I heard all these countries say if Venezuela was attacked, we gon' retaliate. I could have sworn I heard something like that. Now, let's still give these countries that said this some time. But God forbid our dear beloved Burkina Faso and Ibrahim Traore. So Trump just realizing that he can do whatever he wants on this planet because nobody gonna do shit. As a matter of fact, what was that dude that was saying that he wanted to go ahead and make Africa better and we ain't replaced him with a puppet yet? What was that one African leader guy? This is Trump. This is the gangster, big daddy gangster Trump with the biggest balls on earth. That's how y'all got to refer to him now. You can't call him President Trump. That's disrespectful. It's Big Daddy Trump with the biggest balls on earth. That's how y'all need to address Big Daddy Trump. That's just how it got to be. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. This is how it is now. Which I'm just a messenger. He is no longer just a regular man. He goes to countries and kidnaps their president. With the act of military. I can understand if he did some shit like this in like a small country with no military. Y'all don't know. Venezuela actually has a military. Of course, they arming their people too, trying to get them active so they can combat America's big numbers. But Venezuela has their people set up. And if not militaries, then a lot of militia groups inside of their country. But I'm just saying, boy, oh boy, isn't it a crazy world? And we can only hope that Burkina Faso doesn't, because guys, this is how I see things going. This is how I see things going. Mind you, I'm only a messenger, God forbid, right? God forbid. Venezuela first, then Colombia. God forbid it's Colombia. We don't want nothing to happen to Colombia. We love Colombia, right, brothers? We love the Afro-Latinas. There's some decent Afro-Colombian brothers there. Then after Colombia, he says, what was that black man inside of Africa that was trying to revolutionize the country and make it a better place for black people? I'm happy y'all starting to understand. Travel Lover says, Big Daddy Trump with the biggest army, yeah, and the biggest balls. Mind you, he's not just a regular man. Big Daddy Trump with the biggest army and the biggest balls. I talk and I do. You know what? I ain't gonna lie to y'all. There's been a lot of ladies when I travel. They always tell me like they so annoyed by the dudes because a lot of these dudes, they really be on some, you know, they just say shit and they never really mean it. They just be talking. All these dudes be out here just talking. That's one of the biggest complaints I hear from a lot of women around the world. They always tell me, oh, these men just, you know, one thing about these guys, they'll promise you something and they'll never do it. Trump will do it. Trump not playing with you. God forbid, man. Burkina Faso, God forbid. God forbid. Because we know these goofy African countries not going to assist. We know they're goofy. We know these African countries goofy. We know they ain't going to do shit. African countries, you know how they be. All Trump needs is a good excuse to get into Burkina Faso. See, to idiots, they believe that Trump is invading Venezuela and Colombia over some damn drugs. Nobody care about drugs. What the hell? Americans love drugs. Look at all these dope fiends and all these addicts. They love this shit. Rich people love drugs. I think I heard Joe Rogan talking about how he be doing certain things and shit, new experimental drugs and shit, all this stuff. He be having people on the podcast talking about shit. America loves, this ain't about no damn drugs. If you guys believe this is about drugs, I have some unfortunate news to tell you. It's not true. This is only about power. Nothing else, nothing else, nothing else. This is only about power. This is only about power. And all he needs is a good excuse for Burkina Faso. Now, I'm going to say it like this, right? He says, Daddy Trump, por favor, we need me a more bonitas. You funny as shit. Excuse me, I got to spit again. My bad. But before I go, I'm going to leave y'all with this. If all America and big boss gangster of the world Trump needs is an excuse to invade your country, then who's stopping him when it comes to Colombia? Who's going to stop him when it comes to Burkina Faso? See, Colombia, he has a good excuse for Colombia, right? Oh, cocaine. Easy, right? Everybody says easy, easy. But what about our beloved Burkina Faso? Is it the next pandemic? Will it be that a lot of people that come from Burkina Faso are bad people? What will be the next excuse for the invasion? What will be the next excuse? Per Lita Payer 9269. Please call in. They say, don't underestimate Ibrahim Traore, please. And you spelled his name wrong. So if you want to have respect for somebody, it's important to get their name right if you really respect them. But yeah, if you would like to call in, I'll be putting the link right here so you guys can call in. The Goofy from earlier, my line is still open for you if you would like to also call in. Here goes the link. Boom, blam, boom, 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 boom. Done. Okay. Blam. Fudge. My bad, y'all. Hold on. Damn. So hard to put this link in here. Boom, blam, pow. Did it go through? Pow. There we go. All right, y'all. Call in before we exit up out of here. But yeah, this person right here says, don't underestimate Ibrahim Traore, please. Oh man, you so silly. I miss the days I used to believe that it just comes to like hope and you can just wish people the best of luck. Nah, that's not how it works, unfortunately. See, the truth is that in this life, you need power. And Ibrahim Traore has done well. I will say that he has seized power of a great country. He's unified with Mali and Niger, which is also to his advantage. They have the terrain advantage most definitely when it comes to war and strategy. But when it comes to finance, who's going to finance your war? That becomes the problem. That becomes a problem. Because we do know Russia's backing Burkina Faso because these other goofy African countries wouldn't do that. Shout out to the Sahel states. But since these other African countries were so cowardly, they just left Burkina Faso high and dry. So they're not going to assist at all. They're just going to let it be. You know, and it's sad. It's really sad because these African countries, they could do something, but they choose not to. All the power that they have, all the money that they have, it's still not enough because they've also fell prey to their greed. Like a lot of African countries, they only care about themselves. Africa can be the greatest continent on earth, but these foolish African countries are so useless when it comes to real battle. Shout out to the people. The people, I believe, will assist Burkina Faso. The people, you got some great men from Kenya that I know that will be there. Few people from Nigerians, not even a few, a lot of Nigerians will be there because Nigerians really back Burkina Faso as well. But it be these governments, y'all. These governments are not going to assist you with no money. And when you're dealing with people or beings in this life that choose to use unfair tactics like, you know, non-hand-to-hand combat by dropping their bombs and dropping their missiles, all types of stuff, then we can see that Burkina Faso would be outnumbered, you know, because for every bomb, it, gets rid of maybe 1 million people, just like that. America got it like that. This is what happens, y'all. So we can only hope the best for Burkina Faso. Again, I'm not wishing I'm not wishing issues on Burkina Faso, but it's just not looking good. Because when it's time to attack, and you say you're gonna do something, you should do it. Don't just say you got my back, but then you don't really got my back. That's goofy. I hate people like that. I despise them. He did take Venezuela. It was not even a regime change. Yeah, that's the crazy thing, right? He just did what he wanted to do. And Deyo, sounds like an African, says, you cannot overthrow. Why do you guys keep spelling his name wrong? What the hell? Where's the respect? I mean, it's like you guys are in support of him, but you guys keep spelling his name wrong. You cannot overthrow Torre in BF because he has 100% support of his people. Support doesn't matter, brother. Do you think support matters when it comes to war? Wow, is that what you thought this was about? All this world runs on is resources, money, and that's it. That's all. That's all people care about. Nobody cares about how many people are in your country. What the hell? He's the support of his people. That's great. I mean, they can die there with him. Burkina Faso, hopefully they can get a stable military going. Hopefully Mali and Niger have some stuff cooked up. But this is what happens, y'all. I hope you guys can see how this world works. When one person monopolizes on power and that's all they put their focus on while the other countries care about other people and try to do decent by their people, you have some countries that say, no, we're not going to focus on that. All we care about is money and being able to overthrow these other countries and put puppets in. That's all we care about. That's just how it works. Oh, shoot, y'all can't even see me on the screen, huh? Damn. Oh, damn, I'm out here talking. Y'all can't even see me on the screen. Shit. But anyways, that's what happens, y'all, when you monopolize on money, man. I mean, when you monopolize on power. They got all the money. They got all the wealth. They can do whatever the hell they want when they want. This is how it works. Me, you, none of you people matter when it comes to war. This is only about billionaires. We don't matter. Everything's about the billionaires. What makes their pockets, what makes them happy, we don't matter. If you still go to voting,